Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashta Praheshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 24, the 61 explanations of the Atmaram verse, text 240 minutes. पथे ये शुकर मृग जानी तोमर हाय व्याध कहे एक सहित निश्चय. So we started the story of Mrigari. So Narad Muni was on his way to Prayagraj when he saw this hunter half killing animals, and the animals were really suffering. And Narad Muni went to him, "Why are you killing them?" Narad Muni said, "I was wondering whether all the boars and other animals that are half killed belong to you." The hunter replied, "Yes, what you're saying is so." नारद कहे यदि जीवे मार तुम्ही बाण अर्ध मार कर केने न लाओ परान. Narad Muni then inquired, "Why did you not kill the animals completely? Why did you have killed them by piercing their bodies with arrows?" व्याध गहे शुन गोसाई मृगारी मोर नाम पितार शिक्षाते आमी करिया छिकाम. The hunter replied, "My dear saintly person, my name is Mrigari, enemy of animals. My father taught me to kill them in that. अर्धबार जीव यदि धड़ फड़ करे तबे त आनंद मोर बाढ़ाए अंतरे. When I see half-killed animals suffer, I feel great pleasure. I mean, what kind of pleasure is that? But this is what he said. नारद कहे एक वस्तु मागी तोमार स्थान है व्याध कहे मृग आदि लहा यही तोमार माने. Narad Muni then told the hunter, "I have one thing to beg of you." The hunter replied, "You may take whatever animals or anything else you would like." मृग चाल चाह यदि ऐसा मोर घरे यही चाह ताहा दिवा मृग व्याघ्र हमारे. I have many skins. If you'd like them, I shall give you either a deer skin or a tiger skin. नारद कहे यह आमी किछु नाही चाही आर एक दान आमी मागी तो मठाई. Narad Muni said, "I do not want any of the skins. I am asking only one thing from you in charity. Kali haite tumi ye mrigadi mariba, prathame mariba artha marana kariba." I beg you that from this day on you will kill animals completely and not leave them half dead. व्याध कहे कीब दान मागिला हमारे अर्ध मारिले कीब है ताहा कहा मोरे. The hunter replied, "My dear sir, what are you asking of me? What's wrong with the animals lying there half killed? Will you please explain this to me?" नारद कहे अर्ध मारिले जीव पाए व्यथा जीवे दुख दीते सोमा रहाइबे ऐचे अवस्था. Narad Muni replied, "If you leave the animals half dead, you're purposefully giving them pain. Therefore, you will have to suffer in retaliation." This is an authoritative statement given by the greatest authority, Narad Muni. If one gives another living entity unnecessary pain, one will certainly be punished by the laws of nature with a similar pain. And it's not just about animal killing. It goes for everything that we do in our lives. We got to be very careful in our lives when we deal with others. Unnecessary pain when we give to others. The thing is, now in ISKCON, reading Prabhupada's book, we're doing some bhakti. We understand this philosophy of karma. And then we say, oh, whatever you are suffering for, even I am the doer, but you're suffering for your own karma. Well, first of all, the person who's, because this many times people play politics and all sorts of nonsense. So first of all, the person who's giving pain is not an agent of Yamaraj. Nobody appointed him to do that. And moreover, if I have to suffer for my karma, Krishna will arrange that. Other person doesn't have to volunteer uh, to be the giver of that karma or to be a representative of Yamaraj or Krishna. And moreover, the philosophy is of compassion. We should be compassionate on person who is either suffering or for whatever reason. We should be compassionate. Of course, we always tell the person who is suffering, oh, you should forgive others because it is your karma and you should understand this is special mercy on you. Krishna is removing your bad karmas. Correct philosophy, no doubt. But where is this philosophy of other person giving pain or giving hard time and saying, oh, this is your karma? Where is that philosophy coming from? If Prabhupada had done that, then where would the society be? Where would all the disciples be? Prabhupada never did that, never said that. He showed compassion towards everybody. So this is Prabhupada writing. Although the hunter Mrigari was uncivilized, he still had to suffer the results of his sinful activities. However, if a civilized man kills animals regularly in a slaughterhouse to maintain his so-called civilization using scientific methods and machines to kill animals, one cannot even estimate the suffering awaiting him. And this is what goes on in the society these days. So-called civilized people consider themselves very advanced in education, but they do not know about the stringent laws of nature. According to nature's law, it's a life for a life. We can hardly imagine the sufferings of one who maintains a slaughterhouse. He endures suffering not only in this life, but in his next life also. It is said that a hunter, murderer, or killer is advised not to live and not to die. So this advice of not to live, not to die. Actually, there was a sage passing through a city, and he had his disciple with him. So 4 people came to see him while he was passing. So they came, they paid obeisances, asked for some blessings. So, I mean, how the story goes, first a hunter or a person maintaining slaughterhouse. And the sage told him, don't live, don't die. Okay, very weird blessing. Then a prince came. Sage said, may you die immediately. Very, very weird. Then a nice young brahmachari came. No. For the prince, he said, may you never die. And a nice brahmachari came, nice devotee. Yeah, brahmachari, he was beginning. The sage said, may you die immediately. And then a devotee came, just enjoying his life, doing bhakti. Says, live or die, doesn't matter. Now the disciple was completely surprised. What is this? What kind of blessing is this? Four people, different blessings. He said, okay, I give blessing of um, may you never die to the prince. Because he said, this prince is enjoying the fruits of his past pious activities. Because now if he dies, whenever he dies, because he's going to commit so many sinful activities, then he has to go to hell and has to suffer. So let him enjoy. And what about the brahmachari who came? May you die immediately. Oh, sage said, because he has he has pretty much perfected his life, and before he has any chance of committing sinful activity, he should die, and so that he can go back to Vaikuntha. What about this devotee? You said don't live, or doesn't matter whether you live or die. He said devotee means living, he is serving the Lord, and after death, he again serves the Lord. To him, it doesn't make a difference. But what about the hunter? Don't live, don't die. He said the hunter is engaged in such a ghastly work. So his life is pathetic, and it's pathetic in the sense he's suffering. Although he sees animals killing every day and blood and taking out meat, it's not a very good sign. And don't die, because as soon as he dies, he is going to suffer much more. And what's the point of that kind of life? So that's a proper. If he lives, he accumulates even more sins, which bring about more suffering in a future life. He's advised not to die, because his dying means that he immediately begins to endure more suffering. Therefore, he's advised not to live, not to die. As followers of the Vedic principles, we accept the statements of Narada Muni in this regard. It is our duty to see that no one suffers due to sinful activities. This is compassionate heart of Prabhupada. It is our duty to see that no one suffers due to sinful activity. Narad Muni also followed that. He could have told Hunter, okay, that's your karma, and you're going to suffer and go away. No, he didn't do that. Foolish rascals are described in the Bhagavad Gita as Mayaya Paritagyan, which indicates that although they are superficially educated, Maya has taken their real knowledge away. Such people are presently leading human society. In Srimad Bhagavatam, they are described as Andha Yathander Upaniyamana. These rascals are themselves blind, and yet they are leading others who are blind. When people follow such leaders, they suffer unlimited pains in the future. Despite so-called advancement, all this is happening. Who is safe? Who is happy? And who is without anxiety? This is material world. No matter how technically or economically or militarily one could be advanced country, but again, just like America, who is safe here? Who is happy? Who is without anxiety? Nobody. Nobody. And the wars, so many wars happen right now. It's going on: Russia, Ukraine, and Israel, Palestine, and other wars can start just like that. And Prabhupada said that the cause of the war is unlimited animal slaughter. Just like Prabhupada said, just like we slaughter animals in the slaughterhouses, soldiers or other people in the war, they get slaughtered. And even worse than this, animal killing is cow killing. Animal killing, at least the person will suffer for one lifetime. Cow killing, one suffers for as many lifetimes as number of hairs the cow's body. How many hairs? How many hairs we have? Unlimited. Cows. So we can imagine how many hairs cows have. So nature will take care of the karma. Once I was saying this to somebody, as many hairs on the cow's body for that many lifetimes we have to suffer. The person said, okay, first I'll shave the cow off and then I will kill her. I said, Yamdutas know how to count. You don't worry about that. Shaving cows skin and then kill her. I said, Yamdutas will take care of that. Why? If you want to eat meat, at least eat some lower animal. My cow. व्याध तुम्ही जीव मार अल्प अपराध तुम्हार कदार्थन दिया मारे पाप अपहार. Narad Muni continued, my dear hunter, your business is killing animals. That's a slight offense on your part. But when you consciously give them unnecessary pain by leaving them half dead, you incur very great sins. This is another good instruction to animal killers. There are always animal killers and animal eaters in human society because less civilized people are accustomed to eating meat. In the Vedic civilization, meat eaters are advised to kill an animal for the goddess Kali or a similar demigod. So in Vedic civilization, animal killing is there, not for everybody. It's not for Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishyas, Shudras or lower than Shudras. And that too, killing an animal um, to make an offering to goddess Kali. And also the restrictions are there. You cannot just kill any animal any day. No, kill the animal yourself on Amavasya, new moon day. Offer it to Kali and then you eat. Even in Islam, the halal word is there, how to kill that animal. So the restrictions are there because they know people want to kill animals and eat their meat, but some restrictions are put so that they stay away at least or learn the lesson. Why you kill yourself? So you see the pain in the eyes of that animal. And then hopefully you will refrain from doing it again. But nowadays, people just go to the supermarket or market and buy the meat. They don't see any pain in the animal's eyes. And so it's as good as buying some vegetables for them. But just like we say, consciousness of the cook goes in the food. So what about the consciousness of the animal when he is about to be dead? He is slaughtered. That consciousness goes into the meat, into his body. Definitely it goes. And we are eating that meat. So that kind of what kind of consciousness we would be developing by eating that. People, those who don't know, they start, even if you take an apple, you're killing. No, you're not killing a plant by taking an apple from a tree. Yes, in some cases you kill the plant, like wheat or rice, but there is a difference. Jiva jivasya jivanam. Every jiva, every living entity has something to subsist on. And Krishna has created vegetarian food for human beings. It's only human beings, funny thing, only human beings, they um, they try to break these laws. Animals don't break their laws. Whatever is food for them, that's what they eat, nothing else. We're only human beings. And that is why I say, oh, we have two canine teeth. Yeah, because Krishna knows, some people are going to break the laws. Canine teeth, and there are only two canine teeth. Why not all 32 of them? So that is why the study of the scriptures and following some spiritual path is very, very important. And people give all sorts of excuses. And even if somebody wants to eat meat, oh, we have canine teeth. Well, why do you cook it then? Put so many spices and cook it and then eat. Why not eat raw meat? Animals don't cook, they eat raw meat. That's why they're carnivorous. We cannot eat raw meat. We won't be able to eat first and then digest it first. This is how the body is designed. So the so many restrictions are there if we want to learn. So Prabhupada writing, this is in order not to give the animal unnecessary pain as slaughterhouses do. In the Balidan sacrifice to a demigod, it is recommended to cut the throat of an animal with one slice. This should be done on a dark moon night. And the painful noises expressed by the animal at the time of being slaughtered are not to be heard by anyone. There's so many other restrictions. Slaughter is allowed only once a month, and the killer of the animal has to suffer similar pains in his next life. Similar pain he has to suffer. That's why it's called Mans. Ma-ansh means I'm killing you, taking your ansha, so next life you come and kill me and take my ansha. But Kali Yuga, people are so ignorant. Oh, who has seen next life? No. We see through the eyes of the scriptures. That's the point. At the present moment, so-called civilized men do not sacrifice animals to a deity in a religious or ritualistic way. They openly kill animals daily by the thousands for no purpose other than the satisfaction of the tongue. Because of this, the entire world is suffering in so many ways. Politicians are unnecessarily declaring war, and according to the stringent laws of material nature, massacres are taking place between nations. The bewildered spirit soul, under the influence of the three modes of material nature, thinks himself to be the doer of activities that are in actuality carried out by nature. So under the influence of the three modes of material nature, it's so difficult to be in the mode of goodness, to stay in the mode of goodness. What to speak of when we start eating animals, what mode we would be in? Passion and ignorance, nothing else. And then we do those kind of activities, then we suffer the reactions. The laws of Prakriti or nature are very stringent. No one should think that he has a freedom to kill animals and not suffer the consequences. One cannot be safe by doing this. Narad Muni herein says that animal killing is offensive, especially when animals are given unnecessary pain. Meat eaters and animal killers are advised not to purchase meat from the slaughterhouse. They can worship Kali once a month, kill some unimportant animal and eat it. Even by following this method, one is still an offender and means he has to suffer. So, some food for thought for today. We'll stop here. See anybody has any questions.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So, Prabhuji, I'll share a live example on this slaughter. That, see, first of all, that like in my family we do not eat anything which is non-vegetarian. So वो बचपन से चला आ रहा है. But then the place where I used to live in Calcutta, that is called Bhukailash Rajbadi. It was a
Okay.
Rajbadi. Some king was there, and then he abandoned that place. He left for Varanasi, and because my house is very close proximity to that place, so the entire place was called Bhukailash Rajbadi. There were two big temples of Lord Shiva, and it is known as one is Lord Shiva and the second one is Ma Parvati. And nearby there is a Shitla Mandir also. So in that Shitla Mandir, every year once every year there was a goat slaughter happens, and a big crowd was gathered at that place, and I just saw once, and I was so shocked because when you don't see this somebody, never see that usually, frequently or randomly, then you get shocked. या कैसा मैं बताऊंगा, feeling was like you don't have blood in your body. It seems like that for some time. You get a faint kind of feeling you have. You are fainted or something like that. तो ऐसा मुझे लगा प्योर हेल्दी बॉडी उस गोट का था एंड दे हैव स्लॉटर्ड. ठीक है. जस्ट फॉर द सेक माय फ्रेंड्स वर देयर एंड दे सेड कि जस्ट चलो चलो चलते हैं, लेट्स सी इट. बहुत खराब लगा प्रभु जी देख के कि मतलब व्हाई यू आर गिविंग इट, वेरएस जबकि हम नारियल चढ़ा सकते हैं बलि में और तमाम चीजें हैं वो ऑफर कर सकते हैं, तो व्हाई एक अच्छा खासा हेल्दी एनिमल को आप क्यों किल कर रहे हो? एंड
Why
ये
not
फ्रीक्वेंटली.
taste of the tongue? That's all.
हाँ. और क्या करते हैं प्रभु जी ना, उसको ना जो बॉडी को उन्होंने कट किया उसको पूरा घुमाते हैं चारों तरफ
Oh,
और उसको
Krishna.
डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते हैं जो लोग वहां पे खड़े हैं या जो प्रसाद लेना चाहते एज अ प्रसाद. कैन यू जस्ट इमेजिन इट्स, दे कॉलिंग इट एज प्रसाद. इंसेन
Yeah,
मतलब.
see,
बिल्कुल.
Prabhupada explained in Calcutta. So
हम्म.
what do? They slaughter people. The slaughtering people. They put a Brahman thread
ओ
and
गॉड.
they kill the animal. And then people who are buying, they say, oh, it's a prasad because he has offered to Kali and Panditji has given us this prasad. It's only a selling technique. He's not a Brahman, but that's what it is. And nothing except taste of the tongue. That's all.
टेस्ट ऑफ द टंग. और कालीघाट में तो इट्स वेरी फ्रीक्वेंट, उसका पूरा एक
Yeah.
सेक्शन ही बना हुआ है. इट्स जस्ट बिहाइंड दैट माँ कालीज दैट आइडल. तो ये प्रथा तो आपने एक कथा बहुत पहले स्टोर बताया था कि पहले होता था, ओल्ड हॉर्सेस को दिया जाता था ऐसे बलि, सो दैट दे कैन लिबरेट फ्रॉम देयर ओल्ड बॉडी, ऐसा कुछ बताया था आपने.
Yeah.
तो दैट इज फाइन. दैट इज फाइन. आई थिंक
Yeah,
दैट इज द बेस्ट
that
वे.
was a sacrifice, not to kill, not to eat those animals. That wasn't the purpose.
आई थिंक इस पे भी कुछ बनना चाहिए प्रभु जी की. स्टॉप किलिंग एनिमल्स फॉर द सेक.
ये अब अंदर से ही आएगा ना. तभी होगा. That's why we have to preach. और कुछ नहीं है. Preaching करनी पड़ेगी. But yeah, I used to eat, but somehow read Prabhupada books, got preached, and quit.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. अच्छा, वैष्णव में कितना ब्यूटीफुल दिया है ना कि इवन इफ यू हैव ईटन कोई बात नहीं, एंड इफ यू लीव इट यू आर बैक अगेन, यू आर बैक ऑन द ट्रैक, एंड देन यू कैन कंटिन्यू विथ योर भक्ति. नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. जो पहले हो गया हो गया.
Yeah, उसको भगवान कहते हैं ना, सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य, he himself says that.
थैंक यू.
Thank you. चल, you all are safe and take care. Jai Shri.
Hare Krishna.